Chapter 485, A Sword in Hand, Defeating All the Powers. This chapter is updated by Novels.pl. Whoever dares to kill Her Excellency will certainly pay a heavy price. A tall, glazed knight jumped down from the top of the savage beast's head. He gained his power and suddenly pierced the dragon bone spear towards Zhang Yuochen's chest. With the support of the glazed bone armor, the glazed knight released the power of the first change in the fish-dragon realm. Zhang Yuochen moved slightly to the side. He grabbed the dragon bone spear and quickly struck out a palm and hit the glazed knight in the chest. Bang! The glazed knight flew back. Zhang Yuochen held the dragon bone spear in his hand and played with it. He nodded his head. I'm going to use this to improve the grade of the Abyss Ancient Sword. The Abyss Ancient Sword flew out. It refined the dragon bone spear and quickly absorbed it. Zhang Yuochen checked and found there was one more basic inscription on the blade. The total number of basic inscriptions had reached 211. The power of the Abyss Ancient Sword had increased again. The glazed knight stood up from the ground. He pressed on his painful chest, which felt like it was almost broken. He stared at the sword in Zhang Yuochen's hands with disbelief. The sword could actually swallow the dragon bone spear. The Orange Star Emissary frowned. You can't defeat Zhang Yuochen. Leave now. Don't worry about me. The Orange Star Emissary led a group of glazed knights. One of them had been killed by Zhang Yuochen, but there were still 8 knights left. Zhang Yuochen glanced at Blackie. What are you waiting for? Blackie licked its lips with its tongue. You want to kill her like this? Isn't that too good for her? Her talent isn't bad. She would make a perfect pet for me. The Orange Star Emissary clenched her teeth with anger. A cat should dare to be so arrogant. She was an emissary of the Black Market Excellence Hall. She would rather die than be a pet. It's sad to just think that the Orange Star Emissary has fallen to such a status. Page appeared from the distance. 11 warriors at the completion of Heaven Realm followed behind him. Page had not been planning to reveal himself until Zhang Yuochen and the Black Market had caused destruction on both sides. However, he had not anticipated that the Red Wish Emissary would leave with the glazed knights. His plan had failed. So now, he intended to do it himself. Zhang Yuochen turned. Pei Li, finally you're here. I thought you would stay hiding. Hide? Why should I hide? You are merely an opponent I already defeated. If anyone should hide, it should be you, said Page. The Orange Star Emissary suddenly felt optimistic. Perhaps, if Page could kill Zhang Yuochen, she might still have a chance to escape. The Orange Star Emissary said, Page, you can order the 8 glazed knights all you want. If you can kill Zhang Yuochen, I will give you my dragon lock chain. Give it to me. A look of disdain flashed on Page's face. He squinted his eyes and looked closely at the Orange Star Emissary. If I kill Zhang Yuochen, you will be mine too. The Orange Star Emissary was not angry at all. With a seductive look, she said softly, if you can really kill Zhang Yuochen, I will be yours. It must be said that the Orange Star Emissary was indeed very beautiful. She was also an iceberg beauty. A seductive look from an iceberg beauty was indeed quite exciting for others. Seeing the Orange Star Emissary deliberately seducing a man, even Page was a bit turned on. He felt like his whole body was burning. Suppressing his sexual passion, Page quickly ran his genuine chi to get into a fighting state. If he wanted the Orange Star Emissary, he had to kill Zhang Yuochen first. Genuine chi rushed into Page's 5 golden blood rings, activating the inscription in the rings. The bloody light emitting from the golden rings circulated his whole arm. Pow! Page made a blow using his full power. His arms moved very quickly. The powerful genuine chi surrounding his arm brought out a forceful explosion. Even though Zhang Yuochen had broken through the final state of the Heaven Realm, he did not underestimate Page. He carefully observed every tiny change in Page's attack. Page's fist was 3 meters away from Zhang Yuochen. Swoosh! Zhang Yuochen tightened his 5 fingers and seized the Abyss Ancient Sword. Moving later but arriving first, he brandished the sword and hit Page's fist. Bang! Bang! Page's 5 golden blood rings all broke and split in half. The broken rings flew toward the Abyss Ancient Sword, as if attracted by an invisible force, and collided with it. Like crashing into water, They sank and were instantly swallowed by sword. After refining the golden blood rings, the Abyss Ancient Sword had 5 more basic inscriptions. Page fell backwards. The 5 fingers on his right hand had been cut off, leaving 5 bloody stumps. His entire arm was trembling. He clenched the teeth. How could, even if you broke through the realm, you shouldn't be so much more powerful? Page could not accept this. Even the Orange Star Emissary was greatly surprised. Page was rated 41st on the Heaven board. He was in the most powerful group in the Heaven realm in the whole Kunlun's field. He had a limitless future. Zhang Yuochen had used only 1 move and wounded Page heavily. Did that mean he had the power to enter the top 10 of the Heaven board? Page seized a warrior at the completion of the Heaven realm and bit through the arteries in his neck to suck his blood. Grumble, grumble. As Page drank the blood, the 5 fingers that had been cut off quickly grew back. After 3 breaths, all the warrior's blood was gone. He turned into a wrinkly yellow-brown corpse. Page discarded the corpse. He spread his arms and his body started to make a paw sound. He once again revealed the true body of the immortal vampires. His height increased 1 meter and a pair of huge blood wings grew on his back. He was frightening. The 10 remaining warriors were terrified. They retreated back step by step, all the while watching the devil before them. Page turned around, showing his blood-red eyes. He snapped, "Where are you going? Make the combined attack formation immediately and help me deal with Zhang Yuochen." They did not dare disobey him. They each took out a formation jade to form the combined attack. They controlled the array and slowly moved toward Zhang Yuochen. The 8 glazed knights also held array flags and walked towards him from another direction. The arrays were not simple. Both of them had the power to easily destroy a master at the first change in the fish-dragon realm. Zhang Yuochen shook his head gently. He kicked his legs and jumped into the air. Using all of his genuine chi, he chopped down with his sword. Boom! The array made by 10 warriors of the completion of the Heaven realm was instantly torn apart by the Abyss Ancient Sword. Whoosh! The Abyss Ancient Sword flew out and turned into a light shuttle. It circled the completion of the Heaven realm warriors, then returned once again into Zhang Yuochen's hands. All 10 warriors fell straight down. In the other direction, the 8 glazed knights pierced their dragon bone spears out at the same time. From the center of the array, a beam of light flew out toward Zhang Yuochen, who was in midair. Zhang Yuochen demonstrated space moving. His body flashed and disappeared into the air. The next moment, he appeared in the center of the array. He struck out 8 handprints in a row, hitting all 8 glazed knights. They flew back. Zhang Yuochen smelled the strong scent of killing. It had to be Page's blood. Page was standing on the side watching for a suitable opportunity to attack. Page made his move just as the 4th glazed knight was hit and flew back. When the 8th glazed knight was hit, Page's sword reached the top of Zhang Yuochen's head. After a number of calculations, Page was sure that Zhang Yuochen could not hide anywhere.